Good morning, this is Jim Wright with Georgia on Location, and I am here at Lower Black Falls on the Etowah River, about 9 miles outside of Dahlonega, Georgia. Today we're going to talk about this waterfall and further down Montgomery Creek. There is an upper black waterfall, but it is on an Army base, and we do not have access to it. So let's go ahead and hit the trail at Lower Black Falls.
Falling water captivates us. We are drawn to it. I have been drawn to it ever since I was young. I've been amazed by its power and peace, its quiet trickle in the cove, and its mighty roar that blocks out all other sound. Its chaos in the stillness of nature. So please follow me into the forest and on gravel roads as we explore the waterfalls of Georgia in a unique way. Georgia on Location Waterfalls will be a guiding video series that will use aerial photography, logistics, and my experiences to tell the story of a waterfall. So let's hit the trail and explore. There are a lot of unique waterfalls in Georgia, but very few waterfalls you are going to find that are on an active Army base. Today's hike of Upper and Lower Black and Montgomery Falls will take us to 3 waterfalls near Camp Frank D. Merrill, U.S. Army 5th Ranger Training Battalion. This base trains Army Rangers to adapt in mountainous environments. Before we can hit the trail, we have to check in at the guardhouse to make sure no training is going on. On the day I went, Upper Black Falls was off limits because there was training happening. The other falls are near it, but are open, so we explored those, and I set out on my journey to explore these waterfalls. This is an awesome hike that has a good elevation difference, some creek crossings, and excellent waterfalls with crystal clear water. The creeks I crossed were ankle to shin deep, so I changed into my waterproof socks to get across. Since I hike in the wintertime, I was very cautious about getting wet and took precautions. Make sure to plan ahead. You might have wet feet, so you might have to wait till spring. I prefer hiking in the fall and winter because there's a quiet peace in the woods, less bugs, snakes, and bears. So let's talk about how to get there, the hike, and the waterfalls themselves. From the town square in Dahlonega, follow US 19 Business North for 2.2 miles. Then turn left on the Camp Wassega Road, stay on that for 8.4 miles, and arrive at the intersection. In front of you, you will see the guardhouse for Camp Merrill. Going right is on Cooper Gap Road, and it will take you up the mountain to access the Appalachian Trail at Cooper Gap. You can also reach the spring where the Etowah River begins from this road. It's a short drive on Forest Road 42-2 to Hightower Gap. Going straight gets us to the guardhouse to check in. After you check in, turn around, leave the camp, and turn right onto Hightower Church Road. And in a half mile on the right will be a gated SSGR Portello Road. Just past that on the right will be the trailhead for our hike. Park there. There's enough space for maybe 2 or 3 cars there, but there is space on the side of the road that you can park as well. If you do just Black Falls and have access to view the upper, it would be roughly a 1 mile hike. If you do just the lower, it would be around 0.6 mile. And if you do both Black Falls and Montgomery, it will be around a 3 mile round trip. You want the center trail that is in between SSGR Portello Road and the wider unmarked trail that goes up the hill. Begin hiking down the hill, and at 0.15 mile you will reach a T-junction. Go right to head to the upper falls, go left to the lower and Montgomery Falls. Keep heading downstream and you will see Lower Black Falls on the right. There are many tiers to this waterfall. To get to the base, you'll have to scramble down a trail. Once you're done at the base, come back to the main trail, turn right, and continue going downstream. At 0.1 mile, take the right fork and ford the river, which may be ankle to shin deep. At 0.2 mile, past fording the river, bear left onto the main trail and ascend the steep ridge. In another 0.2 mile, you will come to a 4-way intersection of trails. Turn left and go down the ridge towards Montgomery Creek. At 0.3 mile from here, cross a small stream and the falls will be 0.1 on the left. Lower Black Falls is a picturesque 30-foot stair-step waterfall. It is probably much higher when you factor in the upper tier of it, but from the base you can't really see the upper tier. Now with my drone footage you will be able to get a good view of the upper tier. These waterfalls are named after Tate Black, who was a farmer in the area in the 1930s. Upper Black Falls is another great waterfall, probably about 60 feet tall and more of a sliding vertical waterfall. It is impressive to see if you can get the chance. Camp Merrill gets its name from a World War II general best remembered for fighting in the Burma campaign. Montgomery Falls is a 20-foot waterfall near vertical slide that goes into crystal clear water. This one is truly a gem of a waterfall because it is remote, doesn't see a lot of traffic, especially in the colder months. All in all, this is a wonderful trip just outside of Dahlonega. So if you're in the region, check out these great falls. This is Jim Wright with Georgia on Location. Have a great day and see you on the trail.